Hey guys, it's Ben Hardy here, and today I have for you the 2018 Ram 2500. This particular one is in the Laramie trim, and the way that you can tell that is it's got these projector head bulbs with this chrome grille up front with these little slits. And then you can get a little chrome bumper. Most of them will have parking sensors in the front, and then if you ran around to the rear, they'd have parking sensors over there too. You're gonna get these 18-inch wheels that come standard with this truck. This has the optional trailer mirrors that if you come up to them, you can flip those up. And they are finished in chrome. They kind of have that double mirror in it. You got keyless entry on this truck. Coming around, you got the LED bed lighting, rear sliding window with the cab light, and then those parking sensors in the rear I was telling you about, receiver hitch, and then you got your little backup camera right there. And this truck's going to be extremely similar to the 3500 that we looked at, that mega cab, except this one is in a crew cab. So you're going to get these little buckets on the side, and in the crew cab you can actually fold up the seat. You got that 9-speaker Alpine sound system. It comes standard with the Laramies. You got this little fold out that's going to be in the crew cab's bighorn trim and above. Fold that back down, and you're going to get plenty of space back here. You can sit 3 people back here very comfortably. Okay, now hopping in over to the driver's side. Stepping height's pretty high. So again, that same recommendation with the Power Wagon. I'd recommend getting side steps with this. You get those power fold mirrors. You got the automatic windows. You got your automatic high beams. That's for the LED bed lights and the cab light. It's a push button start, so put your foot in the brake and then push the button, and then it'll fire right up. After it does a diesel preheat, you got your trailer brake controls, heated and air conditioned seats, heated steering wheel, exhaust brake, parking sensors, you can turn them off, trailer brake, you got your electronic stability control, dual zone climate, and then you got all the controls here. So if we start it up, we can actually use all the functions on the screen. So that same backup camera with the trajectory on it. You're gonna get the Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, satellite radio, you know, USB to connect your phone to. Here's the digital version to control that dual zone climate. You got all your applications, and this is just like a touch screen, like an iPad, so you can drag things, move them around to wherever you want. And then you got your settings tab to customize everything to exactly how you want it to be for your driving style. Still got that dual glove box. And then this one does come fit with the bench seat, so it is a 6-seater. And then you do get that storage underneath. You got your USB 12 volt down there. And then your on-the-fly shifter for 4-wheel drive. You got the 4-wheel lock and then the 4-wheel low, which you have to shift into neutral to do. And then under the hood here is that same 6.7 liter Cummins that you saw in the 3500 heavy duty. The difference between this truck and that truck is that truck was equipped with the 6-speed Aisin transmission, whereas this comes with the 6-speed 68 RFE. This does produce a little bit less torque. You're gonna be closer to about 800 pound-feet of torque. So you'd think that towing capacity would be less. However, because the Aisin weighs so much, the towing capacity on the trucks is actually pretty similar. There's, you know, benefits to one or the other, you know, going for that more heavy-duty transmission, the Aisin, or going for the less heavy-duty transmission. The biggest difference, though, between this truck and the 3500 is going to be the payload capacity. The payload capacity on the 3/4 ton is going to be a lot less than the payload capacity on the 1 ton. Kind of back on that subject of payload capacity. The reason it's a little bit different is you actually get coilover suspension in the rear of the 2500, whereas on the 3500 you get leaf springs in the rear. So this truck's actually going to ride a lot smoother, and if you don't need that higher payload and, you know, a stiffer truck to take on those heavier trailers, then I'd recommend going with the 2500 so that it's a little bit better for daily use. So we're setting off here in the 2018 Ram 2500, and honestly this is actually the truck that most buyers are going to be getting, is the 3/4 ton. When they're between this and the 3500, more buyers are going to go for the 3/4 ton, and more specifically the bed length, so the shorter bed, the 6'4" bed, and then the crew cab, because most buyers that actually get this truck just need it because they don't have, their truck doesn't tow what they need to tow, but they don't want to spend the extra money to get a long bed, or spend the extra money to get a mega cab, or spend the extra money to get the 3500. They just need the diesel engine. So this is kind of like that entry-level version for towing. It's kind of like the entry-level heavy duty. It's going to have the, you know, lowest payload and lowest towing capacity compared to some of the other variants that you can get on the heavy duty, and so that's the reason why most of the buyers will be getting. So this truck right now can actually tow, you know, mid-teens easily. You know, people report back that they can tow, you know, really close to about 20,000 pounds. The manufacturers that recommend to go over usually 17,000 pounds on these trucks, but I mean that's more than enough for what most people are towing. That tows a, you know, a nice, pretty big sized horse trailer, that tows, you know, most things. Unless you have some sort of business that needs to, you know, tow a whole lot more, or you have a really massive living quarters or something, then this truck's going to get the job done. And it's also going to be, you know, better daily use because it rides a lot smoother than compared to a 1-ton because of those coilovers in the rear end. Whereas the 1-ton, like I said, it has those leaf springs in the rear end, and so it's just kind of bumpy all the time. And then just like the 1-ton diesel, it's, you know, it's got a good amount of torque, so it gets up and goes, and you get up to highway speeds pretty quickly in this truck. Up and it goes, and it's really quick without a load. And so you imagine that when you have a trailer on the back and everything, it's going to be able to pull it with ease. So what I would say overall about this truck is it's, you know, it's nice and comfortable with all the leather. You know, I have the air conditioned seat on right now because it's, you know, it's actually pretty toasty in here and everything. But this, you know, this truck is, it's a really great option to go for if, you know, the 1/2 ton doesn't have enough payload for you, or a 1/2 ton doesn't have the towing capacity that you need to use. And so it kind of, it does all that for you. But with that being said, I feel like a lot of people end up getting the diesel and not really needing it, because the 6'4" Hemi that you can get optioned out in this truck can, you know, it can tow like 13, sometimes up to 14,000 pounds depending on the configuration and all that rear end. And so I feel like a lot of people, they get the diesel because it's, you know, it's more popular, and there's so much, people say it's all, it's going to run forever, that kind of thing. And so if you don't really need the towing capacity, I would save the $9,000 that this engine option costs and just go get the 6'4" Hemi if you just need that higher payload capacity. Because yeah, the diesel is going to hold its value a lot better, but then you also paid a lot more for it. So I think that at the end of the day, it all pretty much evens out. And you know, from what I've seen, most truck buyers, they don't, I mean, they say they're going to drive the truck till it dies, but I mean, most truck buyers, they trade these in right at about 100,000 miles. And so, I mean, everyone knows a gasoline engine can get to 100,000 miles, no problem. trading this in and you're not going to be keeping this for, you know, 300, 400,000 miles, then like I said, I would just save the $9,000 and not go for the diesel engine. And there we have it, the 2018 Ram 2500. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like. If you're stopping in for the first time, please subscribe, and I'll see all you guys in that next video.